Today, I'll be tackling a challenge many of us face: setting boundaries at work, especially when dealing with intrusive or inconsiderate bosses or colleagues. Just like navigating through a crowded city, it requires a strategic approach. Here are 5 specific actions or boundaries or steps you can take to help you set boundaries effectively. Number 1, establish physical boundaries. Think of your workspace as your personal territory. If intrusive noises or constant interruptions are an issue, consider using noise-cancelling devices like headphones if it's permitted at your workplace. It sends a subtle signal that you're focused on your work and creating a boundary without saying a word. Other examples include shaking someone's hand rather than hugging them. You set physical boundaries to protect your personal space and your workstation by asking people not to touch certain things on your desk, or by asking them to refrain from tapping you on the shoulder or any physical touch if you feel it's intrusive. These boundaries will dictate how other colleagues physically engage with you, and it helps to establish a safe environment devoid of harassment. Number 2, set time boundaries. You must master the art of time management. Time is a precious resource, and setting boundaries includes managing it effectively. Use tools like calendars and scheduling apps to plan your day, even a to-do list. Communicate clearly when you're available for meetings or discussions to your colleagues and your bosses. For example, my team knows that Sundays are sacred for me, and except it's an emergency, I prefer not to be contacted for any work reason. This not only sets expectations, but also safeguards your time with your loved ones. Number 3, practice assertive communication. For some of your colleagues, establishing boundaries without clearly voicing it out does not work. So assertive communication is your ultimate shield against intrusion. Politely but firmly express your need for uninterrupted work time. For example, you can say, "Appreciate your input, but I have a deadline approaching. Can we catch up during break?" It establishes your boundary without causing friction. Number 4, prioritize self-care breaks. Setting boundaries extends to your breaks. Just as a plant needs water to thrive, you need breaks to recharge. Politely inform your colleagues or your boss when you're taking a break, ensuring they understand your need for moments of respite. It's a proactive way to protect your well-being. The last few years of remote and hybrid work has blurred the lines of the usual work-life balance, leading to a buildup of resentment with endless emails and WhatsApp messages at all times. Self-care breaks also includes rightfully requesting for your days off, with advance notice to your manager, of course, so that you can rest and come back to work recharged. The state of your mental and physical health is core to your well-being and how you show up at work, so these must be prioritized. Number 5, set clear expectations. Sometimes it's about setting clear expectations from the beginning. When you start a new project or a new role, communicate your work style and preferences. For instance, you can say, "I value focused work time, so I usually respond to emails in the afternoon." This preemptively establishes your boundaries. Additionally, in setting clear expectations, practice saying no, N-O, no, especially when it's extremely inconvenient for you. Say no to your favorite dessert or drink at a restaurant. Say no to an outing, or just lock yourself up in a room by yourself and say no out loud a couple of times. It may sound foolish, but it helps to build your no muscle. In conclusion, it is worth noting that setting boundaries is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of self-respect. Like navigating through a busy city, it requires strategy and assertiveness. Once you start establishing healthy boundaries, you can expect others to react negatively. This is a sign that boundaries are necessary and that it is working effectively. Employees who are most productive are those who set boundaries. People who set limits gain respect because they show respect for themselves. So, let's take these actions, navigate our work environment with confidence, and create a space where we can all thrive. Thank you for joining me on this episode. Do subscribe, like, share, and let me know what you think in the comment section. See you next time.